Hi, I'm Bill, and this is In the Library. Today, I'll be breaking down a book that may just change the way you think about reading and learning. A Reason to Read by Eileen Landay and Wootton. If you're a teacher, a student, or just someone passionate about learning, you'll want to stick around as we break down A Reason to Read. First, just a little bit about the book overall. It was written by educators Eileen Landay and Wootton. It introduces a fresh approach to literacy by learning literacy and performance. The authors draw on their experiences in the classroom with the Brown University Arts Literacy Project, showing how each section of the program works with real life examples and real life situations, and how performance can unlock student engagement and understanding in ways you may never. Now, the Reason to Read program is centered on something that the authors call the performance cycle. The performance cycle is a guide for teachers and students in multiple parts and multiple steps to bring the text to life and to bring the text to the students' own lives and how they can relate it to their own lives. It starts with building community and goes all the way through reflection. Each one of the stages helps students develop a deeper understanding and a more active participation in the text, in the work that they're reading. So let's take a look at each section. The first part of the performance cycle is called Building the Ensemble. This is all about creating a sense of community in the classroom. Landay and Wootton stress that learning works best when students trust each other and feel safe to take on creative risks and to do something that maybe they are not naturally inclined to do. Teachers use icebreakers, group games, collaborative activities to make sure everyone feels included. And when students feel connected, they're more willing to engage and try new things. Hey there, folks. Editor Bill here. Just a friendly reminder that we have merch, and if you want behind the scenes or more content, we also have a Patreon. Check out these QR codes right here or the links in the description. And now, back to the show. The next two sections are what they call entering the text and rehearsal. Entering the text is where they actually start to interact with the actual literature or the material itself in a meaningful way. They'll read out loud, they'll do visualizations, even some sort of movement activity to help students experience the text beyond just simply reading the words. The idea here is to get everyone curious and invested right from the start, no matter what their reading level. Once everybody is comfortable with the text, we moved on to the third part of the performance cycle, which is rehearsal. This is where the class, along with the teachers and maybe even a guest actor, now that we are comfortable with the text, we can move on to the last two sections of the performance cycle: performance and reflection. Performance is where the students showcase their understanding by presenting what they've learned. Usually it's a traditional performance, as in putting on the actual play. But other times there are projects, presentations, even digital storytelling. These days, they might make a video or a movie. The focus is on authentic expression and making learning visible, not just for the teacher, but for the whole community, because the performance would be put on in front of the community or even in front of the rest of the school. Finally, we have reflection. Now, generally, reflection is throughout the entire performance cycle, but so just a couple of key points as we conclude the video. First of all, the authors want us to know that learning is a social and creative endeavor. So you have to start by building trust and collaboration, and that leads to better engagement. Performance unlocks understanding. Acting out, creating, and sharing makes texts come alive. All students can succeed. The performance cycle is adaptable for learners of all backgrounds and abilities. And finally, reflection deepens learning. Looking back is just as important as moving forward. So, here's the main takeaway from A Reason to Read. It shows us that reading isn't just reading the words and decoding them. It's about building community, expressing creativity, and connecting with ideas in ways that stick. The performance cycle offers a roadmap for making learning joyful, inclusive, and meaningful. So, are you a student or a teacher who has used this method? If not, what work of literature with which you would use it? Let us know in a pinned comment below. If you're interested in transforming your classroom, give this book a read. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. As always, please keep on reading. We'll see you next time.